Today, Amazon is not just a store. It is in the way people shop, the way products move, the way sellers compete, the way packages arrive, the way companies run online, and even the way the internet itself is powered. But before Amazon became a machine behind modern life, it was just a website selling books. A simple idea, a strange experiment, a store with no walls, no shelves, no closing time. But the real story of Amazon is not about books. It is about something much bigger. Amazon did not just learn how to sell products, it learned how people behave, what they click, what they trust, what they buy again, what they expect. And once Amazon understood behavior, it started building the machine. A machine made of data, sellers, logistics, Prime, cloud infrastructure, and one obsession: make buying easier than thinking. In the 1990s, the internet was still new. Most people did not see it as the future of commerce. They saw it as strange, slow, uncertain, a place for experiments. But Jeff Bezos saw something different. He saw a store that could exist everywhere, a store that never closed, a store that could hold more products than any physical building. At first, the product was books, and that choice mattered. Books were perfect for the internet. Millions of titles, easy to list, easy to search, easy to ship. A physical bookstore had limits: shelf space, location, opening hours, inventory. But an online bookstore could feel almost infinite. And that was the first clue. Amazon was never really about one category. Books were the test. The real experiment was the system. Every search taught Amazon something. Every order taught Amazon something. Every customer interaction became a signal. What people wanted, how they searched, how they chose, how they trusted a website enough to buy. Amazon was learning the invisible language of online commerce. And the more it learned, the less it looked like a bookstore. It became a machine for understanding demand. Then, Amazon made the move that changed everything. It opened the machine to other sellers.
To sellers, the Amazon marketplace looked like opportunity. A giant digital store, millions of customers, a chance to sell without building an entire website, a chance to grow, a chance to survive. But underneath that opportunity, there was something else: a system. A marketplace is not just a place where products are sold. It is a place where behavior is measured. Every product listed, every click, every price change, every review, every return, every repeat purchase. All of it became data. To the seller, it looked like business. To Amazon, it looked like a map. The marketplace showed Amazon which products were winning, which prices worked, which descriptions converted, which reviews mattered, which categories had demand, which sellers were growing, which products had strong margins, and which markets could be dominated next. This was powerful because Amazon was not just watching the store. Amazon owned the store, the search, the checkout, the customer relationship, the data, the rules, the infrastructure. The seller was playing the game, but Amazon was learning the game itself. And once a platform learns where the demand is, competition changes. Because the platform does not have to guess. It can see.
Every winning product leaves a trail. High demand, strong reviews, good margins, repeat purchases, customer trust. To a seller, that trail looks like success. To Amazon, it looks like a signal. A signal that says, this product works. And once Amazon sees the pattern, it can move fast, create its own version, place it higher, price it lower, ship it faster. This is where the marketplace becomes dangerous, because the seller may think they built a business, but inside the machine, they also built a blueprint. A successful seller proves demand. They prove the product. They prove the price range. They prove the customer need. They prove the market exists. And that proof has value. For small businesses, success is fragile. But for a platform, success is information. And information becomes leverage. Amazon could use its scale, its logistics, its customer trust, its search position, its data, its ability to move faster than almost anyone else. The brutal lesson is this: on a platform, success can attract customers, but it can also attract the platform. And when the platform competes, the platform has the map.
Before Prime, online shopping still had friction. People waited, wondered, hesitated. Buying online could feel slow, uncertain, a little risky. Then Amazon made a promise: fast delivery, again and again. And that promise changed behavior. Prime was not just about shipping, it was about expectation. People stopped asking, should I buy this online? They started asking, can it arrive tomorrow? That is a massive change. Because when speed becomes normal, patience disappears. When convenience becomes normal, friction feels unacceptable. And when one company trains customers to expect speed, every competitor has to respond. Prime made buying feel easier, faster, safer, more automatic. And every repeated purchase made the habit stronger. Convenience became habit. Habit became loyalty. Loyalty became power. Amazon was no longer just selling products. It was training expectations. This is one of Amazon's most important moves. It did not only improve delivery, it changed what customers believed online shopping should feel like. Fast, predictable, reliable, almost effortless. And when buying becomes effortless, people buy more often. The machine gets stronger, the data gets richer, the logistics get sharper, and the habit gets harder to break. Prime was not just a subscription, it was a new standard.
But Amazon's biggest empire was not the store. It was invisible. While people saw packages, products, reviews, and fast delivery, Amazon was building something deeper. Servers, data centers, cloud infrastructure. The internet was growing fast, and companies needed power, storage, computing, scale. They needed infrastructure without building everything themselves. So Amazon turned its own infrastructure into a business. AWS became the machine behind other machines. This changed Amazon's identity again. It was no longer just a retailer. It became infrastructure. Websites, apps, startups, corporations, data, AI. Digital businesses needed somewhere to run, somewhere to store, somewhere to scale. And Amazon had built the tools. The store made Amazon visible, but the cloud made Amazon unavoidable. Because retail touches what people buy. Cloud touches what companies build. That is a different kind of power. Less visible, more foundational, more difficult to see, and harder to replace. The most powerful machine is not always the one you see. Sometimes, it is the one everything else depends on. The lesson of Amazon is not sell more products. That is too simple. The deeper lesson is this. Amazon built power by removing friction. At first, it removed the limits of a physical bookstore. Then it removed the limits of product selection. Then it removed the limits for sellers. Then it removed the waiting from delivery. Then it removed the infrastructure burden from companies. Each step made Amazon more useful, and each step made the world more dependent on the machine. Amazon became powerful because it learned how behavior works. Customers want ease. Sellers want access. Companies want scale. And Amazon built systems around all three. A store became a marketplace. A marketplace became a data machine. A delivery promise became a habit. A habit became loyalty. Infrastructure became cloud. And cloud became an invisible empire. Amazon did not just become the place people buy from. It became the machine other machines depend on. This was Silent Empires. Subscribe for more stories about power, technology, business, and the hidden strategies behind modern empires.